First among the African RECs to agree on a strategic program for decreased vulnerability to climate change. This will be a difficult but necessary work, and the role of ECOWAS is to support its member states in developing and implementing actions that are the most relevant to their different contexts and opportunities.
ECOWAS Commission President Kadri Desiree Ouedraogo assured the Swedish ambassador that climate and environment issues feature highly on the priorities of the organization.
The vulnerability to climate change is a very important issue for ECOWAS member states, because you cannot achieve a sustainable development if you do not have a sound environment. Therefore, this project is of great importance to ECOWAS, and I can mention to you that among the priority areas of ECOWAS, we have agriculture, environment and climate change. This is to say that this grant is very timely, as it will enable us to enhance our capacities in climate change vulnerability and adaptation programs.
Sweden had previously contributed to trade and water resources projects in the region, and this agreement reinforces the close cooperation between ECOWAS and Sweden. ECOWAS is preparing for the review of its Peace and Development Project, PADEP, funded by the African Development Bank. The $15 million PADEP project, launched in 2006 and being coordinated by the ECOWAS Peace Fund, EPF, covers refugee support, resettlement and rehabilitation programs in 4 ECOWAS countries, with the UNHCR as the implementing partner. It also involves the development of a manual of reference on the culture of peace, citizenship and human rights in partnership with UNESCO, as well as the ECOWAS Volunteers Program being implemented with the support of the UN Volunteer Program. Manager of the Peace Fund, Mr. Diodone Nikema, says as part of the review, workshops involving all stakeholders are to be held in Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Conakry and Guinea-Bissau to foster ownership of the projects undertaken in the various countries.
It is important for those countries, meaning the government, the civil society organization, the communities, to take ownership, because the project is about to round up, but it is important we be sure that there will be continuation, a connection of what has been achieved with other initiatives that is going on, and more importantly, how to boost, to give more confidence to those refugees that they have a better future. Let us even say that we are no longer talking about refugees. This was when the project was at its first year of implementation. We are now talking about socio-economic rehabilitation, because they have been installed there. Some decided to go back to their country, some are staying there. So we are really working in such a way that the integration be a reality.
Thousands of refugees are being supported in Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea and Guinea-Bissau through various programs initiated under the PADEP program. And ECOWAS is anxious to see that they are sustained as the PADEP program winds up.
We'll be visiting the achievement in the field for the main stakeholder involved in those ownership events, to see what is the reality on the ground, and also to have frank discussion with the communities to ascertain that there are really some implications we have to factor in order to be sure that the ownership will be a reality. We are targeting as a second objective to be able to have a roadmap that is clear for all the stakeholders, that really what will be done will contribute to the achievement and the sustainability of the activities. The third thing is that we want to make more visibility for this project, because really it is important for all stakeholders to know that there are good initiatives that have been going on. Even if ECOWAS has been so modest, it is important to show what has been achieved so far. One of the other wings is the ECOWAS Volunteers Program. We were able, through this project, to field volunteers in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in Guinea-Conakry. And those volunteers are really working towards supporting those conflict-affected countries so that they can really promote education, health, and also build and consolidate peace. And the other wing, I can say like the third wing of the PADEP project, the support to member states, is about the culture of peace. With UNESCO, that is our partner in the project, we're able to design what we might call the manual of reference on the culture of peace. It is a set comprising around 7 modules, under which if stakeholders go through the process, they could really be relevant and active actors to promote peace. It deals with integration, it deals with health, it deals with conflict management, prevention. It deals with really how to involve women, how to involve gender, how to really tap into the resources that are in the member countries.
West Africa's chief veterinary officers have agreed on harmonized standards for animal health to be presented to the World Organization for Animal Health, OIE. The regional position emerged after a workshop in Abuja for the veterinary chiefs and animal health experts, which reviewed reports of the scientific and code commissions, as well as the ad hoc working groups of the OIE, with a view to identifying and analyzing the rationale, justification, and the impact of proposed changes on trade in animal products in West Africa. In particular, they identified areas of priority and common interest for ECOWAS member states, as well as proposed common positions for the ECOWAS region. Addressing the workshop, the ECOWAS Commissioner for Agriculture, Environment and Water Resources, who was represented by the Director of Environment, Dr. Johnson Buanu, said the workshop was to further strengthen West Africa's contribution to international standard setting and encourage the development of a pool of expertise on standard setting in developing livestock value chain.
The Commission has worked with the AU ABA to sensitize regulatory authorities, train the trainers on scientific methods of developing standards, and supported ECOWAS member states to establish or strengthen their national sanitary and phytosanitary committees through the European Union support.
When we are talking about trade, it's not just for trade to